Hello and welcome back to Holistic Happiness Club, a place where we talk about happiness holistically. And today's topic is elevate your efficiency insider tips for peak productivity. But before I begin with the topic, I want to say thank you. Thank you to each one of you who decide to tune into Holistic Happiness Club every single week. And thank you to you who decided to tune in to this particular episode today. And as always, I will try my best to give you the value of your time that you are going to invest in this episode in Holistic Happiness Club, because that's what my try is. That's what I try to provide you the best value for your time. All right, let me introduce you the topic: elevate your efficiency and insider tips for peak productivity. What we are going to discuss in today's topic. See, so many times it happens that we have to get something done and we know that it is very crucial, but because of some reason or the other reason we are not able to get that done. Maybe it is a business that we want to start, maybe it is a routine that we want to set, maybe it is something that we need to follow in order to become more healthy, let's say a diet or a lifestyle to lose weight, something or other. It is very common, and it does happen with every one of us. It does happen to me, it does happen to people I know personally. It has happened to people I have coached. All right, so it is a very common problem. See, when we have certain things that are on priority, and then there are some things which are very important, but because there are something which are very urgent, because these urgent things, other important things which are not urgent, they take a back seat. So how can we focus on those things as well? How can we start incorporating them in our daily routine? Right, so that is what today's topic is all about. So we'll dive deep in today's topic. Let's begin. Hi, my name is Akshay Tiwari. I am a holistic happiness coach, author of the book named Usher, and the founder of Holistic Happiness Club, a place where we talk about happiness holistically. More about me and more about Holistic Happiness Club in the end of the episode. And for now, we will begin diving into the topic of the day. But before we get into that, I have a request to all of you. My request is that please like this episode, please subscribe to this channel if you are listening it on YouTube. If you are listening it on a podcast, let's say iTunes or Google or Spotify, if you have an option, please rate this podcast, please upvote this podcast. However you can support this podcast if you have liked this content, because if you have liked this, chances are that there are other people who needs to listen to this as well. So that will be your support to me. So my request is that you like this, you subscribe this, you you upvote this, and you rate this podcast. Right, thank you so much, and without further delay, let's dive into the topic. All right, so let's begin with the topic of the day, which is elevate your efficiency insider tips for peak productivity, which is another way of saying that how can you get important things done? How can you build internal motivation for those important things? Right, so let me take two examples which we will take throughout this podcast. So one example is from my personal life, which is that if you want to start a side hustle, right? As many of you might know that I am still working as an IT employee, and this everything coaching and all is my side hustle for now. I want to make it primary, but that might take a little bit more time. But for now, I am working as a software engineer full time, and in part time I do this coaching stuff, right? All right, so this is one thing. This was the problem which I was hustling with some time ago. All right, and still there are times, there are days, there are weeks sometime that I still struggle with this problem, that I need to allocate some time to my side hustle. All right, but now it has become much easier compared to earlier. So what I have done in that time. All right, and another example we can take is that somebody wants to lose some weight. All right, he or she is doing good in his job and career, he's maintaining some good relationship, but he or she needs to take care of his health, and he or she needs to lose some weight, and he needs to get into a lifestyle, get into a diet program, and he is not able to do that, which is a problem faced by many, which is a problem faced by my mentees. All right. So I have laid out a step by step framework, a very simple but very powerful framework. How can you overcome this problem? How can you get important things done? Right. But before any framework can work for you, before anything can work for you in the world, you need to have a strong motivation, strong reason, strong why as to why you want to achieve this, why it is important for you. I'll tell you about myself. Why building a side hustle is important for me. Why this coaching stuff is important for me. Because I find more meaning it. Okay. I find more meaning in this work compared to IT work. It's not that IT work is not good. It's not that software being a software engineer doesn't pay me enough. It pays me more than enough. Right. So these are not my motivator. My motivator, my one of my core value, one of my baseline is that I am someone who wants to contribute in people's life. Right. I want to make a difference. That's what drives me, that's what motivates me. So this work, I have found that this work can give me what I'm looking for, meaning it can help people transform their life, and that's why I want to work on this one, because that's what drives, that is something that connects with my core, that is something which connects with my baselines. Right. So this is a very important work for me. So it might take a little bit more time, but still I will stick to it because it drives me. Right. And for another example, let's say somebody who wants to lose weight, and somebody may want to lose weight because they want to fit in their old clothes. To me, it is not a strong motivator. It will fade away. I mean, you will find new clothes more fascinating sometime, and you will lose that charm. Maybe for you it might work, but for me it does not look like that it is a very strong motivator. A strong motivator can be emotionally charged. Right. So for example, somebody who wants to lose weight, they wants to have they wants to improve the time, the quality of the time that they spend with their kids. They want to play with them more. All right. So that can be a strong motivator, that I want to lose weight, I want to become leaner, I want to become faster, I want to become more agile and more healthier, so that I can play with my kids. That is something, a strong motivator. So if you do not have a strong motivator, strong reason, strong why attached to whatever you want to achieve, chances are that you are not going to achieve it, because every good thing takes time. And when it will start taking time in this era where everything is very quick and fast and everything is available on our fingertips, when something will start taking time, your motivation, some external motivation or weak motivation, will fade away. It will not be able to drive you, it will not be able to charge you. Right. So that's why you need a strong motivator. All right. So once you find out, or the way you want to find it out is, take a pen and paper. If you want to type it out, you can type it out, but I will recommend that you write it by your own hands. Take a pen and paper and start writing why you want to do this, why it is important for you. And once you have written this statement, why it is important for you, answer another question for yourself: from where this reason is coming. Right. You need to understand. So let's say you want to buy a car, but for what? If you want to buy a car to show off to some of your friend, I don't think it's a good motivator. It will keep you frustrated as well. Right. If you want to buy a car so that you can give your family a good time, you can travel with your family comfortably, that in my opinion is a better motivator. All right. So you need to understand from where this is coming, from where this is originating. Is it coming from some uh, peer pressure? Is it coming from media advertisement? Is it coming from Facebook or somewhere? Or is it coming from within? If it is coming from within, chances are higher that you will be able to achieve it. All right, so that was that you need to have a why attached to it. So once you have these two questions answered, that why you want to achieve it and from where this why is coming. So once you have written down these two answers, summarize this and paste it somewhere in your home, so that it can become a daily reminder for you to do something about that. All right, so that was the beginning. Before you start with any framework, any hire any coach or anything, do anything, right? Before that you need to clear your why. All right, now let's look at what is the framework that we are going to use to solve this problem, to elevate our efficiency, or how to get things done and build internal motivation. All right, the first thing is begin with manageable tasks. Start very small, so small that there is no chance to fail. There is no chance of building any kind of stress, right? Start so small. So let's take our examples. My example, that I wanted to start a side hustle, right? So very simple thing is post one thing at a day, right? Every day post something. If not every day, at least 5 to 6 times in a week. If one day in a week is missing, it is okay, it's fine. So at least 5 to 6 times a week we need to post. I need to post, so that, and what I need to post, whatever I am good at. If I'm good at making videos, it's okay to make videos. If I'm good at writing some piece of content, that's also good. If I'm good at writing thoughts, that's also good. Just attach some image with that, and you can post it on Instagram and visual platform like that, right? So that was the smallest stuff. you know it can be broken down further, that, okay, that you can promise to yourself that every day you will sit for 5 minutes to write something. Whether you will post it or not post it, it's a different matter altogether. All right, every day for 2 minutes I will record something, some piece of advice. Whether I am going to post it or not post it, doesn't matter, right? I'll just sit for recording. I'll just sit for writing. If I am able to do that, this is the smallest step I can do. Maybe I can break it down further. I will sit only for 1 minute. It is better than not sitting at all. All right. You need to understand this. However small your progress is, it is better than no progress. Even if you are progressing 1%, it is better than 0%. Today you are progressing at 1% rate. Tomorrow it will become 2%. Next week it will become 2%. Next month it will become 2%. 6 months down the line it will become 5%. But that will be a 5% progress 6 months down the line. If you do not start investing that 1 minute a day, it will stay 0% 10 years down the line also, right? So you need to start very small, the smallest unit you can find. All right, start with that. Okay, somebody who wants to lose weight, our second example, somebody who wants to lose weight, he or she can say to himself that, okay, I cannot make a drastic change in my diet. All right, fine, I'm not going to make a drastic change in my diet. What I can do is, whatever nutritionist has suggested to me, I can incorporate a very small portion of that in my plate. I will eat all the junk as I was eating. So 80% or 90% of my plate will be filled as I was eating till today. And 10% of the portion will have the salad or whatever my nutritionist has suggested to me. Just 10%, or maybe 5%, maybe 1%, but start. All right, so make it very very small that you cannot fail. Another example for the same thing, that if you want to lose weight and you want to complete your 10,000 steps every day. By the way, I'm not a very big fan of completing 10,000 steps every day. I'm not someone who appreciate or who pushes this idea that your gadget should make you move. Gadgets are okay to measure, but it should not be the the parameter that you have to do this much. All right. Anyways, that's a separate topic. So anyways, if you want to log your 10,000 steps every day, the first thing that you can do is, I will wear my track pant and a loose t-shirt, and I will wear my walking shoes, and that's it. Maybe I'll not go for a walk. I'll just wear the track pant, I'll just wear the shoes, and I will lose it. Okay, I'll remove it, I'll come back, I'll do the work. I'll invest 2 minutes in just wearing the t-shirt and the track pant and the shoes. That's it. All right. So when you will wear it, it will trick your mind. When you are starting for 1 minute, it will trick your mind. The next step will become easier, and that's what that is what the next step is in this framework as well. Second step in this framework is, so the first step was begin with a very manageable, very small task. All right. Second is allocate 5 minutes for a specific task every day. Not, if not every day, then at least 3 days, 4 days, 5 days a week, whatever suits your routine. Right. Allocate just 5 minutes. Tell yourself that I'm going to do it for just 5 minutes. So in my case, I will tell myself that I am going to create a piece of content, whether it's writing or recording, whatever it is, just for 5 minutes, not more than that. Okay. And in case of the people who wants to lose weight, they can say to themselves that I am going to go for a walk just for 5 minutes. After that, I'll come back. Okay. What will happen? As I said, it will trick your mind. You have gotten yourself started, and once you have started this, the problem was all the distraction that were there, all the choices that you had. Right. Once you have chosen this, that okay, I will spend just 5 minutes, so all the distractions are eliminated. Now you are focused on your task, and when you have your strong reason in front of you, and now you are investing 5 minutes, 90% chances are that you will prolong this time. Your 5 minute will become 15 minutes, your 15 minute will become half an hour, and you will not get to know. And if it is not becoming, it's okay. If it is today 5 minutes, next week maybe you can increase it to 6 minutes, next month maybe you can increase it to 6 minutes. That's okay. It's better than investing 0 minute or 0 seconds. It's better than that. All right. So just do it for 5 minutes, and there are high chances that you will prolong this time, you will continue doing what you were doing. Right. All right. So that was the second step. Third step is engage in a physical activity. Okay. So in case of, I'll not take the example of losing the weight in in this one. For me, let's say I want to start a side hustle. All right. I want to start recording the podcast, and I want to start putting out the content. So why physical activity becomes important in my case? It becomes important because it shifts the state. If I am constantly working on my software engineering coding things, my mind is completely occupied and filled with all those things, that how can I solve this problem, how can I write this piece of program, how can I fix this, how can I fix that bug. All right. All these things are running in my mind, and when they are running in my mind, they have occupied a lot or maybe complete space of my mind, and there is no space left for anything else. And even if something else is coming to my mind, these things are starting to bother me. Right. So that is building a kind of a stress also, that is kind of poking also all the time, that you have to do this, you need to complete this, you need to complete this. Right. If I will engage myself just for 5 minutes in any physical activity, let's say jumping jack, 5 minutes of jumping jack are too much. 5 minutes of a stretch, 5 minutes of walk in a fresh air, maybe just in my balcony, nothing much. All right. um or maybe 5 to 10 push-ups, maybe 10 to 15 or 20 jumping jacks. Right. It will elevate my heartbeat, it will use my increased cortisol, and then slowly my cortisol will come down, so that stress will be released first. Your state will be changed, your mental state will be changed, and because your mental state is changed, now you can tune yourself into something else as well. So engage yourself in a physical activity. Why? Because it changes your mental state, it changes your bodily state, and once that is changed, it is very easy to tune yourself into something else. It changes your energy, and when your energy is high, the chances of getting something important done for yourself is very very high. Sometime you must have noticed that when you are feeling great and if something, some work comes along, you can finish it faster, right, than usual. So that is what, when you engage yourself in physical activity just for 2 to 3 minutes to 5 minutes, nothing much, few jumping jacks, few push-ups, whatever is feasible for you, just to elevate your heartbeat just a little bit, not too much. All right, just go breathless once, whatever you want to do, stretch, yoga, jumping jacks, burpees, or whatever. All right, just raise your heartbeat, and once that will happen, your cortisol will be released, it will come down, and once that stress is come down, and once you are in that high energy zone, you can pick up any other thing, and that you will be able to finish that fast. How you can combine it with the second step? This is the third step, that engage in a physical activity, right? How you can combine it with the second step? What was the second step? Second step was that you need to allocate yourself 5 minutes for any specific task on a daily basis, or uh, weekly 4 or 5 times. All right, so how you can combine these two? Maybe you are working on your, for myself, let's say for my example, that I'm working 8 hours for as a software engineer. After that, I want to do 5, I want to spend 5 minutes, I want to invest 5 minutes on my own work. So I will take out, let's say, 8 to 10 minutes for myself. 3 minutes I will do this activity, burpees or push-ups or jumping jacks or maybe squats or whatever. Okay, this will raise my heartbeat, and this will give me a little bit of push, this will release my cortisol, and my state will change. After that, I will spend my 5 minutes on my things. All right, once, if I'm spending this 5 minutes after this activity, my energy will be better, my mood will be better. All right, and that's how I will be able to get more things done in that 5 minute. One thing. Second thing, I will be more in tune to spend more time for the things on which I want to spend time, right? Because my energy is changed, my mood is changed, my state is changed. So that's why it is very important that you engage in some physical activity for very short amount of time also, that will work. All right, now let's go to the next one. Next one is simplify your choices. It's a very powerful thing. I would say don't give yourself any choice. All right, give yourself this choice, that either I'm working on this or I'm not doing anything. All right, so when you will say to yourself that either I'm working on this or I'm not doing anything, the problem is that we have too many choices, so we end up choosing something. So let's say your phone, either I'm doing this or maybe I'm watching some reels. So once you start watching the reel, you said to yourself that I will watch only 5 reels, I will watch only for 1 minute, and 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, half an hour goes by, and you are just engrossed in watching those reels itself, right? So because there was a distraction available for you, because there was a choice available to you, maybe you made another choice, that okay, let me make a call, somebody had called me, there is a missed call, let me make this call for just 2 minutes, 3 minutes, I'll finish this call, and after that I will do my work. What will happen? You might end up talking to that person for 15 minutes or half an hour, right? Because you have these choices available, and if you are availing those choices, those all those choices will take up all your time, and you will have no time left for your work. Even if you have time left for your work, you will have no energy or your mental capacity to work on your things, right? So Give yourself this choice that either I am working on this or I'm not doing anything. So in case if you choose that I'm not doing anything, it's very hard for to sit and not do anything, especially given that you have something to finish up, right? So give yourself this choice that either I'm doing this or I'm not doing this. No, I'm not doing anything. So when you will give this choice to yourself, you will end up doing the thing which is required. For example, another example, in the case of losing weight, when somebody wants to lose weight, so you can say to yourself that okay, 80% of my food is anyways same whatever I was eating. 20% I am eating this salad or anything, or I'm not eating at all. When you give this choice to yourself, so either you will go hungry, right, or you will end up eating whatever is good for you, right? So this is how you simplify things. When you have too many things, you will end up uh, dividing your energy in those too many things, and the energy which should reach to your important thing will never reach. And that's why you need to simplify things. You need to cut down unimportant things so that your energy can be directed towards the thing which is important for you. All right, next thing, combining temptations with task. So let's say I usually relish my cup of tea. I can say to myself, I am not going to have my tea until I am done with this particular task. With this, spending just 5 minutes on something, on content creation and posting. All right, I'm not going to have my tea. So because I like tea, I will have this temptation to have tea. Because of that temptation, I will have this temptation to finish this task on which I need to focus on. Similarly, somebody who wants to lose weight, for that example, if you like some dessert, you can say to yourself that until I'm not going to finish this soups and salads and etc etc, I'm not going to have that dessert, right? So once you will fill up your stomach, once you will eat enough, whatever how much ever you are hungry, after that you will have less space for the temptation. Even if you are giving in to that temptation, still you have done something good for yourself. It's okay. So initially, to get things moving, you can have this kind of rewards. After that also, in your whole journey, you can have this kind of rewards designed for you, what at every milestone, that after I complete this much, I am going to do this, I'm going to go out, I'm allowed to buy certain things only after I am completing this much, right? So that's how you will use your temptation in your advantage so that you can complete important stuffs for you. Okay, last but not the least, seek a responsibility ally. You must have noticed that if there is someone uh, who can give you company, then it's very hard to say no to, right? If you have made a plan to go out, and if there are four people involved, right, and if you want to say, sometime you might want to say no, but you will not be able to because there are three other people and you are not able to say no to them because you have already said yes. Similarly, when there is an accountability partner or responsibility ally who to whom you have committed that okay, I will go out and I will walk for 5 minutes, all right, or in my case, I have committed to someone, to my responsibility partner, that I will post one piece of content every day, okay, by 6 o'clock in the evening. One piece of content will be there in my account. After 6 o'clock, that person can call me and say that okay, where is your content? And if you want to take this to a next level, give some money to that ally of yours every time you are not able to fulfill uh, your commitment. It should be it should be some good amount, and that will pinch your heart that unnecessarily that you are giving money to your friend, right? So the message here is that when you have someone accountable, when you have someone to whom you are answerable, chances are that you will be able to complete that task much faster and on time. You see, when there is a deadline, and when your manager asks you that you need to complete this time, you need to complete this task by this time, or maybe by next week Monday. If there is a deadline attached to it, and because you are answerable to manager, if you are not completing this, he will ask you where is the task. And because you don't want to be in that spotlight, you will complete that task, right? Similarly, you need to find a person who is strict enough to get your task done by you, right? You need to find a partner who is pushing you through the edges so that you can complete your task, right? This can work miraculously if your responsibility partner is good, if your accountability partner is good. Maybe you do not need anything else in this framework. You don't need anything else. If your responsibility partner, if your accountability partner is good, you don't need anything else, anything fancy in the whole world, not about this framework. That person will be able to get you through, and get you to complete every important thing and get you on the other side, right? So if you are able to find that kind of person, it's lucky for you. Don't leave that person, right? So this was everything related to this particular topic, that how can you get things done, how can you build internal motivation and complete the tasks which are important to you. All right, so this was the end of the topic of the day. But before we end today's episode, let me brief about the Holistic Happiness Club again. So Holistic Happiness Club is a place where we talk about happiness holistically. We have coaching programs, we have certain workshops, we have certain templates which can help you elevate your happiness quotient. So once you become the member of a Holistic Happiness Club, all these things will be available to you. So please join Holistic Happiness Club. I have written an ebook. The ebook name is Happiness Blueprint: Practical Strategies for Achieving Fulfilled Life. It's a small book, not very small, not too long, but it's full of practical things that you can start applying in your life, and you can see the transformation coming to you, right? Very simple stuff, but if you are able to do them, very simple. I'm not saying that it is easy, but they are very simple, not time taking, right? But if you apply those principles in your life, you will see that your happiness quotient is elevated. You are feeling much more content than previous. So if you want to download that ebook, I will leave a link in the description box, right? Okay. And if you want to book a one-to-one call with me, where we will be discussing everything what is holding on to you, what is the roadblock that you are facing for your happiness, for your success, and we will design a personalized blueprint for you. If you want to book that call with one-to-one call with me, I will leave that link also in the description so that you can book that one-to-one call. If you want to connect with me on social media, Instagram is the best place because I'm most active on Instagram. Happiness Architect is my Instagram handle. And if you want to check out my website, akshaytiwari.in is my website. Right. With that, we have reached to the end of the episode. Till the time we are seeing each other again, take care of yourself, take care of the people around you, take care of your loved one as well. And always remember, happiness is a lifestyle.